So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. Age, they say, is just a number, especially when it borders on matters of the heart. It has never been uncommon for older men to date or marry much younger women. And in recent times, more and more people are becoming accepting of relationships where the woman is older than the man. Advocates of these kinds of relationship have cited plenty of examples to back up their argument. They'll say, take a look at the 45-year-old president of France, Emmanuel Macron, and his 69-year-old wife. A whopping 24-year-old age gap, and they have been happily married for 16 years. What about 38-year-old Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, who fell for and is married to older Meghan Markle, who he shares a love so strong with that he had to step down from royal duties in her interest. Let us not forget the latest case of 36-year-old music executive Alex Edwards, who went from dating 39-year-old Amber Rose to 76-year-old Cher, a woman who was 40 years old when he was born. So yes, I agree that great relationships can emerge between an older woman and a younger man, especially in the earlier cited examples where these men have something going for themselves. But what has constantly proven to be a calamity is when that younger man is broke, lazy, an opportunist, or financially dependent on the woman. Those kinds of relationships, more often than not, always leads to violence, resentment, and even death, as is the case of the story I'm about to narrate to you guys now. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, drop your comments and feelings about what you think about younger men dating much older women, and stay glued to this channel for so much more. Let us go on. 48-year-old Ijoma Phyllis was a comfortable, bubbly, successful businesswoman based in the Lube area in Abuja of Nigeria. We are unsure if she was a widow, a divorcee, or maybe just a mature woman who never got married. But whatever the case was, she was single and ready to mingle. On this fateful day in 2020, 48-year-old Ijoma met 31-year-old Tochukwu Ede on a Facebook group on the internet. Tochukwu was young, tall, handsome, light-skinned, broad-shouldered, and if she found members of the bed gang appealing, Tochukwu's full, well-groomed bed would have been the cherry on the pie for her. So IJ, as she was fondly called by friends and family, and Tochukwu kicked off a friendship online, which steadily grew and blossomed to a romantic relationship. Judging by pictures and videos shared online, Tochukwu made Ijoma feel alive. He showered pet names on her, reignited her youth, and awakened the inner infant in her.
We just came back from church and we decided to chill out small. Somebody loves vanilla. Can't wait. You love vanilla, right?
She must have thrown her hands up to the heavens, thanking the God of the 11th hour, convincing herself that age, after all, was truly nothing but a number. She was certain she had found love. She was in for a big surprise. Tochukwu, a skilled certified gigolo, who reports later revealed had a PhD in targeting older, comfortable, maybe desperate women, is said to be skilled in scouting around for these kind of women with the sole objective of ripping them off financially. So gradually and steadily, he burrowed himself into the life and the heart of Ijoma, and before long, it seemed like she had taken leave of her sense of logic as she began ignoring all the red flags, according to Tochukwu, unhealthy and unacceptable privileges. First, she moved Tochukwu into her home, an apartment she paid for and handled all the expenses in it. Secondly, she handed him the keys to one of her cars, a Toyota Highlander SUV, which he used in cruising round the city of Abuja, basking in her blood and sweat. Thirdly, she became largely responsible for his daily upkeep: food, clothes, maintenance, gas, bills, just name it. Ijoma was responsible. She had found love. He had found a cash cow. So the romantic relationship between Ijoma and Tochukwu continued from 2020 up until 2022. She wore the financial pants. She cared for him, housed him, fed him, clothed him, gifted him, foot his bills, while he in turn made her feel happy, alive, and youthful. She possibly believed that the relationship would lead to marriage. Well, on this particular day, neighbors observed that they hadn't seen Ijoma for a couple of days, and even when they tried calling her number, all her numbers were unavailable or switched off, which was very unusual of Ijoma. One thing led to another, family was involved, and the door to her apartment was broken down. They were greeted with an offensive stench of Ijoma's decomposing body.
Every night, every time I remember that the condition I saw my sister, I cry. Because I will not pray for that type of thing for anybody. The guy just kid her mother there like that. Oh God, wrap her up. Get her for this.
A post-mortem examination was conducted on the remains of Ijoma, and the results revealed that she was murdered. Blunt force trauma. So investigations began, and the police, through the intelligence response team, launched a manhunt for Tochukwu. He was trailed and tracked down to Port Harcourt, where it was said that he was already cohabiting with another older woman, a single mother of two. Upon interrogation, Tochukwu confessed to have taken the life of Ijoma, but he insisted that it wasn't murder, rather it was self-defense. Narrating his version of what transpired on that fateful day, Tochukwu accused Ijoma of being abusive, possessive, controlling, and jealous.
Whenever anyone calls me on the phone, she's always angry. I couldn't express myself. I can't stay on the phone more than 5 minutes and she's around. She pick offense, she insults me.
In his story, he admitted that he had sold the Toyota Highlander SUV that Ijoma had given him to use, and he did that without her knowledge nor her consent. And when she discovered that he had, she confronted him and an argument ensued.
The argument started all over again about the car, why she sell it and all that, and it was at this point and at this juncture that she raised her voice, she started insulting and everything.
And according to him, she began insulting him, throwing abusive words at him, and even hit him with a home theater that was stationed in the living room. And then she went ahead to get a pistol. Don't forget that this is still according to his narration of the story. So he said she went ahead to get a pistol to use in hitting him, and he ducked it the first time, overpowered her, took the pistol from her, and hit her with it repeatedly, not once.
It was when she got back to the pursuit the second time to come back, then it was really unintentional because I was angry and all that. Yeah, I shoved it, I snatched it away from her and shoved her with it. She fell down. Now, when she was coming up, involuntarily I hit her with the pestle and that was when she fell down.
Now, that is Tochukwu's version of the incident. Sadly, Ijoma's version will never be heard, as the dead cannot say their story. If any part of you ever considered Tochukwu's excuse of self-defense as true, what he did next will certainly erase that thought. So while Ijoma slumped on the floor, battered and dying, or maybe dead, laying in a pool of her own blood, Tochukwu quickly gathered up and carted away with her properties, her only remaining vehicle, her phones, and other valuables at home, which he immediately began to sell off. So one may wonder what sort of a person exercising his right to self-defense would have the first impulse to steal from and begin to sell off his assailant's properties. Does that sound plausible to you, my audience? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Another point of argument which has generated different opinions is if Tochukwu's act was premeditated murder, or was it a crime that happened in the heat of rage? Had Tochukwu lost the intention of eliminating Ijoma and inheriting, looting her property right from the onset of that relationship? Or was it a fight that deteriorated quickly and unexpectedly, resulting in Tochukwu losing his temper and acting in the heat of the moment? Or again, was it self-defense? A lot of people believe that this is not premeditated murder. Premeditated murder, for those that may not be aware, is a murder, the kind of murder that you must have planned a long time ago. It wasn't a mistake, it wasn't an accident, it wasn't done in the heat of rage. It was a planned murder. So many people believe that this was not premeditated murder, because if it were, Tochukwu would have been more careful not to leave a trail. He would have been more careful not to appear with her on social media as much as he did. He would have perhaps deleted her Facebook account, all videos and pictures of him and her before he left the crime scene. He may have done more to cover up the crime, to conceal the crime, maybe conceal the body. It should not have taken him up to 2 good years to orchestrate that crime, especially in a country as security porous as Nigeria. These are the arguments of people who believe that this was not premeditated murder. Maybe Tochukwu was just raged up in the heat of the argument, that he acted irrationally. Now that's on one point. That's on one part. The second set of people believe that this is a well thought out, well planned and well calculated murder, and that Tochukwu is just a dumb criminal. They believe that Tochukwu came in the guise of a relationship when his true intention was to kill Ijoma and inherit her properties. On the third leg, as he claims, self-defense, well, almost nobody is buying into that defense, because if he overpowered Ijoma, he might as well have gotten out of that room. But hey, what are your opinions? Do you think that this is premeditated murder? Do you think it was a crime of passion and rage? Or do you think that it was self-defense? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It may surprise you that some older, comfortable single women have come out to give their own account of how Tochukwu was constantly in their DMs, trying to get their attention and woo them. It seems like he is a professional gigolo who has met his Waterloo. The story of Ijoma and Tochukwu is indeed sad. This is a life that has been lost and can never come back. And it teaches us one thing, that even though age may be just a number, it is very important that in exercising our feelings of kindness, we should be careful not to take in and render help to every stray cat that shows up on our front porch. Some deserve for you to feed them on the outside and let them go, while some others deserve for you to shut your damn door and do not look back. I'll be following up this case closely, and if there are any updates to it, be sure that I will bring it to you. I pray that the soul of Ijoma rests in perfect peace and that justice is served in her case. So thank you guys for joining me onto this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, turn on your bell notifications, give this video a big thumbs up, and drop your comments. What do you feel about this case? Do you believe in relationships involving much older women and younger men? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section. Let me know what you think about Ijoma's alleged murderer. Do you think it was premeditated, a crime of passion, or self-defense? I want to get all your thoughts right in the comment section. It's me, your girl, Barrister Neze, and this is Nezaville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.